Welcome to Aerius, where time bends and forgotten minds speak again. Tonight, I sit across from the man who gave us the modern world, yet died in silence. Nikola Tesla, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Though I must admit, the 21st century feels unusually loud.
We replaced the spark of invention with the scroll of distraction. Do you think we've lost something?
We traded wonder for comfort, curiosity for consumption. True progress begins where comfort ends.
Mr. Tesla, I gotta ask, be real with me. What did that feel like? Working with electricity like that before anyone understood it?
It felt like holding the breath of a storm. You don't control it, you negotiate with it.
That's a bar right there. We're clipping that.
Clipping?
Never mind. We'll explain TikTok later. You had this vision of free wireless energy, right? I've heard the name Wardenclyffe before. That was your tower, wasn't it? But I don't think most people today really know what it was actually for. Can you explain what you were trying to build there?
Yes. Wardenclyffe was my attempt to transmit electrical power through the earth itself, wirelessly over great distances. Most assumed it was a radio tower, but it was much more than that. I believed that energy, like information, should flow freely. No wires, no monopolies. But those with power, they prefer scarcity.
JP Morgan pulled the plug on you, didn't he?
He asked, where do we put the meter? When he realized there would be no way to charge for the power, he walked away.
That line, where do we put the meter, that was capitalism killing the future in real time.
They saw only profit. I saw potential.
Okay, I want to stay on this. Let's stay here for a second. Because I feel like this moment, this decision by one man, Morgan, it didn't just kill your tower. It shaped the whole world.
It did. Because the model was set. Energy is to be owned, not shared. Infrastructure was built around control. Wires, grids, billing systems. Every innovation that followed was locked into that architecture.
So instead of a free-flowing world, we got a metered one. I mean, it's wild. You imagined global connection, and we still ended up with paywalls and batteries.
The system was never about what was possible.
It was about what could be controlled.
And now it's embedded in everything, not just energy, information, attention, access.
We built an entire world on scarcity, even when we don't need it. That is the tragedy of abundance, when it is rationed by fear. I want to rewind for a minute. Let's go back to your early years. Your first inventions, your first experiments. You were born in Smiljan, right? What lit the fuse?
I was a boy when I first imagined the idea of rotating magnetic fields. My mind was always racing. At the age of 12, I constructed my first water wheel model and began visualizing machines entirely in my head. While others sketched or built early, I could test, correct, and refine my inventions mentally, a practice I used for the rest of my life. It came to me while watching a sunset. I saw the mechanism in my mind.
Like a download?
Yes, whole, complete. Most of my inventions came fully formed, not as parts to be assembled, but as visions to be translated. That's how the alternating current motor came to me. No sketches, no lab, just clarity in silence.
That's something you never hear in school. It wasn't trial and error. It was intuition.
And solitude. I worked in silence, walked alone. Most people avoid solitude. I sought it.
Let's talk about Edison for a second. That rivalry is legendary. Tell me what that was really like for you.
Edison was brilliant, but he believed in brute force, trying every solution until one worked. I believed in refinement, perfecting the design before the build.
He was trial and error. You were simulation and certainty.
Exactly.
Do you think he ever understood what you were doing?
Number, and he didn't need to. His goal was different. Patents, markets, survival. Mine was to elevate the species.
It's wild how one man can chase legacy and another leverage.
Legacy is what survives without your name on it.
All right, I have to touch this, even if lightly. You talked about vibration, frequency, ideas that now pop up in quantum computing, neural resonance, even some AI research. Do you think machines could ever truly think?
Machines may simulate thought, but not awareness,
Why not?
because they cannot suffer. And without suffering, there is no depth.
You just explained 90% of tech's blind spot in one sentence.
You will build systems that mimic consciousness, but consciousness is earned.
That's something we'll definitely come back to in another episode. Last thing, Mr. Tesla, what do you say to a young mind out there? Someone building something that no one believes in?
Stay alone long enough to hear your own ideas. Protect your silence. And if they call you mad, it means you're early.
Nikola Tesla, visionary, inventor, outlier. Thanks for stepping back into the conversation.
Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one, right here on Aerius, where minds never truly disappear.